What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Carbon, and today we're going to be talking about some more Call of Duty Modern Warfare news. And this just released. Today we're going to be discussing some of the kill streaks that will be available in Modern Warfare multiplayer. We are also going to talk about the Gunsmith and what it's going to have to offer, as there was a first look and details on the Gunsmith in Modern Warfare. And with that, Infinity Ward also confirms that there are more familiar faces in Modern Warfare alongside Captain Price, and how multiplayer in Modern Warfare will no longer all be 3-lane styles. And of course, we will get more of a look at this, as it is almost time for the worldwide premiere of Call of Duty Modern Warfare Multiplayer Universe. Yep, Activision and Infinity Ward will showcase the very first look at the entire multiplayer universe. That's a part of the Modern Warfare stream on August 1st at 10 a.m. and I'm excited to watch it. So if you guys are anything Call of Duty news, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, stay up to date, leave a comment, let me know what I'm doing wrong, you guys always do. So let's get right into the score streaks. So as the countdown to Modern Warfare multiplayer gameplay premieres on the 1st, Activision and Infinity Ward have been sharing some teasers of the multiplayer mode. And today's teaser showcases a first look at 3 kill streaks in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So let's talk about how Modern Warfare is. So by the looks of it and all the graphics, is they are really sticking to the concept of relevant in this time period. And these are some cool score streaks. For the first one is the Infantry Assault Vehicle. Look at this thing, it is badass. And the description of it down below says manned light infantry assault vehicle with a 50 caliber machine gun on top. This thing is armored to the teeth, but how will it work? Will you get to drive it only shooting the machine gun? Will you get to run people over? How is this thing gonna work in multiplayer? Like, this is new as far as we are concerned. Like, you are just shooting a 50 caliber machine gun on top of an infantry assault vehicle. But that's not the only one that was released. They also talked about the white phosphorus, and here it is. It is a gorgeous fighter jet, and underneath on the description it says, cover the battlefield with white smoke flare canisters that will disorientate the enemy and burn any that wander too close. So from what I can read from this, it is going to be a plane that will fly over the map. It'll drop these small canisters that have white smoke in it that will disorientate the enemy, and if they are too close, it'll actually burn them, like a chemical burn is what I'm guessing. Because it doesn't look like it's going to be a napalm, or it would say in some sort of fiery blaze. But that is the second of the 3 score streaks that they talked about here, and man, does this thing look good. I think it'd be great if they have these type of things available in a battle royale, if there is one. Imagine these kind of score streaks, because this next one is also pretty dope, and it's very, very familiar, and of course, relevant, and that is Juggernaut. I mean, look at this big beast. That armor can't nobody penetrate this man. And underneath of it, it says, call in a care package that contains the Juggernaut assault gear. So if it's like any other multiplayer, as soon as you get this Juggernaut, if you're able to play as the character, you're basically able to just run around and gun people down without fear of being shot. And I would be excited to use Juggernaut in such a fashion where I'm just running around with a knife. But if we are being absolutely modern and relevant, then I'm guessing the Juggernaut you're going to be using is going to make you run very slow and is going to have very loud footsteps. Again, this would be a cool score streak to get in a battle royale mode if they happen to make one. Again, there is no confirmation on a battle royale, but dang it, to make an actual like dope battlefield inside of Modern Warfare that is just 100 or maybe more people, oh, these score streaks would change the game. And again, we'll have more information on August 1st when we watch the reveal stream on Twitch, which I will leave a link down below. Now, we also said we were going to talk about Gunsmith, and Activision and Infinity Ward have teased a first look and details on the Gunsmith in Modern Warfare. So the weapons bench is shrouded in darkness, alright? It's got scattered ammunition, it's strewn all across the surface of the bench, and as we inspect the weapon, we discover a pistol lying next to some explosives, and nearby is a pack of grenades. But we're here to tool up an assault rifle, alright? Getting the right selection of attachment is virtually important in your multiplayer game, as everyone knows. Everyone's trying to find the clutch attachments on what to put on all of your guns. Thankfully, there's an impressive array of options. And as we cycle through some of the many customization options, and at various times locking in a muzzle brake, or a balanced suppressor, or the Scout combat optic, or the lightweight stock, the CQB grip, or the core combat and holo sight. I really don't know how to say that. I hate saying that word holo, H-O-L-O. I really do. And their description of gunsmithing is a robust weapon customization option for your two main loadout weapons. Each primary and secondary weapon can be augmented to give you the precise type and style of firepower you require for any type of multiplayer game mode. You can also customize up to 5 parts of each weapon until your available slots are filled. So it looks like we will be getting the same amount of slots as we would normally get in a multiplayer. We are allotted a certain amount, so we can't just absolutely maximize everything. You have to select your certain combination for your personality of gameplay. And with assault rifles, for example, you usually have 9 areas of the weapon to augment: the muzzle, lasers, optics, stock, rear grip, magazine, underbarrel, barrel, or a perk. So you have to choose wisely. And I've always liked that about Call of Duty. It gives you so many different options, and it makes each player their own type of player. They don't have to be someone that they're not. If they're someone who wants to use a weird scope, let them do it. Some people are great at that, but it all comes down to what the pros use in these games too. As soon as we see what the pros are using for their attachments, everybody starts moving towards those. So hopefully these ones are all pretty evened out, and each weapon will really decide the multiplayer game. Maybe Search and Destroy, you really need those suppressors. You really need those quick mags. Maybe in Team Deathmatch, you really need those extended magazines. Maybe you really need those stock options. You know, it just depends on your style of play. And since we're on the topic of relevancy and familiarity of things we already know, if you were looking at the 2v2 gameplay, it looked like that these players had no issues when going into this new game. The game movement mechanics seem to be about the same, so it's going to be very familiar to us. But it's not only the movements, it's not only the class setups, we're also going to have familiar faces, because Infinity Ward confirms that there are more familiar faces in Modern Warfare and not just Captain Price. So as the Call of Duty Modern Warfare is set to reboot the original Modern Warfare series, which most of us know and love, many fans have wondered what other characters will be returning to the new title when it launches this fall. And Infinity Ward's narrative director has confirmed on Twitter that there are more familiar faces in the game instead of just Captain Price. And one character that could be returning is Soap. So Polygon reported back in May with the reveal that they heard Soap would be in the game, but Infinity Ward declined to confirm any of that during the time there. And there's many iconic characters in Modern Warfare series that fans love, including Ghost as well. And we've yet to see which characters Infinity Ward wants to see in this reboot of the entire series. Will it be all the characters? Will it be a certain amount? I mean, obviously some died, so we can't bring all of them back, but the ones that are alive, is there a way to make an entire story mode based on all of these characters? Because again, they're focusing a lot of this off of campaign mode. They really want to bring the realism and focus to a great campaign, since we missed it in Black Ops 4. And I love my campaign modes. And considering multiplayer is going to be the second most popular part of the launch, at least in my opinion, for the very part of the launch, because I always play my campaign modes before I get into multiplayer. But Infinity Ward developer has responded on Twitter to a fan asking about the map design style in Call of Duty Modern Warfare multiplayer. And one complaint some fans have is that in recent years, the maps have all been the same exact style in the constant 3-lane format. But the format has been adopted and enjoyed by competitive players as its standard design, and it's been there for a very long time. And the tweet from the developer states that all maps in Modern Warfare won't be the standard 3-lane style, which will bring a completely new type of rotation into these maps. We all know these 3-lane styles. It's how we understand where spawn points are, how we understand where teams are going to be maneuvering from and flanking from. It's the general idea of competitive, and it's going to be changing. So what does this mean across every other mode? What modes will have this 3 lane? Because I'm sure competitive modes are going to continue to have these 3 lanes unless they can really make it enjoyable for the professional players. And that's going to basically do it for all of the Modern Warfare news that I have for today. So again, if you guys are in the market for some Call of Duty Modern Warfare news or Black Ops news or CoD news or gaming news in general, man, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, stay up to date, leave a comment, let me know what I did wrong. You guys always do. It's your boy Carbon. Peace.
We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody.
We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the